Well, folks, thanks and welcome. This is Spoon TV. We are coming to you live from the SD Copper Road here in Paynesville, where citizens have gathered in their numbers. Now, according to information we received, there was a commotion here just a while ago between personnel of the armed forces of Liberia and that of the Liberia National Police. As you see, that commotion has resulted to a huge presence of citizens here from all corners of the street. They've gathered here in their numbers to witness the commotion. And there is also a huge presence of state security here. As you see, folks from the Liberia National Police on one end, and there's also the presence of personnel of the armed forces of Liberia here in Paynesville at the SD Copper Road, where this situation is happening. We are going to at some point move on and speak to some of the eyewitness. We will speak to some of the folks here and get their views on the happenings here. And of course, we will definitely bring you updates. But let's first of all give you an idea of what the environment is, what the scene is like. As you see from all corners of the streets, Liberians have gathered here from every corner of the street. You see personnel of the armed forces of Liberia, and of course, Liberians at the far corner there as well, from every corner of the street, following a commotion here with the Liberia National Police and folks from the armed forces of Liberia. As you see, the troops now getting back in their vehicles. We are going to speak to some of the citizens, some Liberians who have been here on the scene. We're going to get eyewitnesses account with respect to what actually transpired here. And so this is where we are. I see the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Colonel Gregory Como, is here as well. The IG shaking hands with some of the folks there from the armed forces of Liberia. We will very shortly get words from some of the eyewitnesses, some Liberians who were here when this incident occurred. We will hear from them. We will get words from them with respect to what actually transpired, what led to the scene that has been created here on the grounds of right here at the SD Copper Road. Just keep watching. This is Spoon TV, and of course we want to make sure that we bring you an idea of everything that's transpiring here. We will speak to some of the eyewitnesses. The Inspector General of the Liberia National Police is on the scene as well right now. Colonel Gregory Como is engaging with the folks there from he's engaging with the folks there from the armed forces of Liberia. And so we are going to keep posted as Liberians are here in their numbers, folks from the armed forces of Liberia on one end, and of course you see folks from the Liberia National Police. Spoon TV, of course, will remain posted and bringing you live updates from every corner here. We will remain posted and of course bring you updates here every single step of the way. We are going to speak to Liberians, some of those who have gathered here to speak, who have been witnessing the event from the very beginning. We're going to speak to some of them. As you see, Liberians are cheering, but we're yet to establish why exactly they are cheering as the folks from the armed forces of Liberia drive out of this particular vicinity here. And let's hope we can get more updates on what's happening here. We're going to speak to some of the eyewitnesses as well. Once we do that, we will bring you more updates. But we're trying to see as to whether we can speak with the IG, the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Colonel Gregory Coleman here as well. He was able to get on the scene. We want to see if we can speak to him at some point. And once we can do that, then we will definitely move on to speak to some of the eyewitnesses. We saw just a while ago the presence of the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, the Armed Forces of Liberia fully represented here as well. And you also have folks here from the Liberia National Police on the other end here. This is Spoon TV. I'm Nelson Colette. Thanks for joining us. We are still here posted. This situation is currently happening at the SD Copper Road here in Paynesville. So at some point we will speak. We are hopeful of speaking with the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police to know exactly what the situation is like. But we will also like to speak to some Liberians who have been on the scenes. Let's see if they can talk to us. Hello, how are you? You want to talk to us? What's your name? Welcome to Spoon TV. What exactly happened here? What did you see when you got on the scene here? Okay, you just got on the scene here, right? Okay, so let's see if we can talk to a few people. Spoon TV, of course. Welcome to Spoon TV.
Thank you very much.
Okay, what exactly happened here? You want to give us an idea of why you're here?
I thought I was not on the scene, but from what I heard, AFL personnel were on the back.
Okay.
The police stopped them.
Okay.
But then they did not identify themselves.
The AFL personnel did not identify himself. Okay.
But right, when there is an order that the government did pass, then you've been stopped on the back. The first thing you're supposed to do as a security personnel is to identify yourself.
Okay.
But they didn't do so, right? It was how they and the police came in to fight.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
Okay, so were you here when the fight actually started?
No, I was not here.
Okay. Thanks a lot for talking to Spoon TV. You want to talk to us? What's your name?
Oh, my name is Christian Dennis.
Christian, I mean, what exactly happened here?
Actually, I was on the scene while winning some live or some blogger posted.
Okay.
Or AFL president now arrested by the police and people try to identify, even he tried to identify himself. But the police were all functional, beating and why used electrical battery. Not one person, not two. The main surrender himself.
But was he on a motorbike? The AFL personnel, was he on a motorbike?
I didn't see
Okay, so let's hear from this guy. You were here.
Yes.
Was the AFL personnel on a motorbike?
Oh, private park.
And this place is one of the no-go zones where the police checkpoint is. Yes. And then what happened afterwards?
When they stopped the man.
You want to speak up a bit, yeah.
When they stopped the man tried to identify himself. And the officer said, there's no identity. We are doing our work. They started to beat on the army personnel. And they beat on two persons, yesterday and today. That's why the army people angry. And it's too much. They're hurting the people. Police are all functioning.
Okay, thank you for talking to Spoon TV.
Yeah.
Let's. What's your name?
I'm Nehemiah Davos Gladia.
Okay, welcome to Spoon TV. Why are you here? What do you know about what happened here?
Yeah, I was at my house today watching television and I heard a noise on the roof.
Okay.
So I came to witness it. Yeah, I'm still here, but I previously heard that the police people were beating one army personnel. And it was how the army personnel came from the barrack to kind of revenge for their brother.
So you're saying that the AFL personnel we see here, they came from the barracks to rescue the AFL personnel?
Yeah, they came on the barrack.
Okay.
Yeah, because the police were all functioning. According to what I heard,
let's hear from you. We're going to talk to you next.
I was on the scene.
Yeah, go ahead.
According to what I heard, they said the AFL personnel tried to identify itself to the police. And the police said there was no identification.
Okay.
And even beat on the army personnel with a battery on a phone. all got it. I mean, people angry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for talking to Spoon TV. Let's talk to this gentleman. Hello, what's your name, sir? Welcome to Spoon.
Yeah, my name is Lasuna.
You want to speak louder a bit because we're not using a standard microphone.
Okay, my name is Lasuna Jera.
Lasuna, what happened here? What do you know about the situation here?
Yeah, this thing happened since Sunday.
Since Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay, what happened on Sunday?
Sunday by 9.
Okay.
9:30. Yeah, in the morning time, we had to call the gas station.
Okay.
The two FMN were on the motorbike coming from Liberia.
Okay.
So the two officers then try to, when the police take off, to stop the men there. How the other FMN all knew, how the men went, knock the FMN back, so the back on the ground. So the men said, what happened? Why the men try to stop the men? They started knocking the men with the baton. So the other FMN out to the back, he didn't fight. So he just went and started trying to make peace.
Okay.
But the two officers then, they don't want to listen to the men. The men to identify themselves, they say fight the men.
Wow.
Take the battle, knock the men.
Wow.
While the FMN they say, I'm soldier, they say fight the men.
But okay. Thanks a lot for talking to Spoon TV. All right, so folks, we are staying here. We're going to speak to more eyewitnesses. But as you see, this is the police checkpoint. This is where the police usually have the checkpoint mounted for the no-go zone restriction for motorcyclists. Like you heard from most of the guys there, this situation is as a result of the no-go zone enforcement by the Liberia National Police. Aside from just a crowd of Liberians that have trooped in here from every corners, this situation has also caused a very tense traffic. As you see, from those of you who know this place, from the Boulevard Junction coming down towards ELW Junction, there's a huge traffic situation here right at where this situation is happening. So we're going to speak to more eyewitnesses. The Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Colonel Gregory Coleman, has gotten on the scene trying to take siege of the matter. I saw him having a handshake with some of the officers or personnel of the armed forces of Liberia. The Inspector General of the Liberia National Police is about to exit the scene here, as there is still a presence of personnel of the armed forces of Liberia. Folks, this is Spoon TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nelson Collier. Now you have the IG, the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, leaving the scene now. The Inspector General of the Liberia National Police and his men are now leaving the scene here. They are now leaving the scene here. And of course, all right, so the police is now leaving the scene. As you see, the Inspector General and his team, the IG and his team, just departed in one vehicle, and you have the other team here trying to leave as well. But why we? So why this is going on, folks? There is still a huge presence of the armed forces of Liberia here, and of course you have the Liberia National Police on the other end as well. There was a pickup full of some of the personnel of the armed forces of Liberia, the Chief of Staff of the armed forces of Liberia. As you see, the vehicle still parked here. I did see him in a handshake with the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police. The IG has left the scene, but you still have some police officers and some of the armed forces of Liberia personnel here as well. And this is what the folks are doing. And you see Liberians here in their numbers, jubilating, celebrating as a result of the situation. The armed forces of Liberia is about to exit the scene. And this is exactly what it is, folks. Alright, so there you have the disadvantaged youth chanting slogan that they want army. Some of them are motorcyclists. And of course, this is what it's like. So folks, the AFL is now leaving the scene. So tell us, what exactly happened here? What exactly happened here? What happened here? What happened? Give us an idea. Yeah.
Today, I was at my house. Before coming on the road,
Yeah.
we get a noise. And we came and investigated and asked some questions.
Okay.
And what I was told, that it happened since Sunday.
Okay.
Police beat all security personnel from the army. And they were going.
That's it coming from either way. Yeah, there is so there were two on the back. On the whip on the other men start showing it and they say, oh, we are army personnel. We are people who want peace, we don't want fight. Still they were beating on the people, so they had the people went in the parade and happy and the army people came, they investigate, they don't get no coup, we saw from there. So that's it surprisingly. We saw 15 army people getting up on Kege to revenge. And that's how the deputy chief of staff, the defense minister, and there's the female, they came to fire it down.
So the deputy chief of staff of the armed forces of Liberia, so the deputy chief of staff of the armed forces of Liberia and the one or two of the Liberia National Police were able to calm the situation.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for talking to Spoon TV.
Okay.
We want to talk to more eyewitnesses. Were you on the scene when the situation occurred?
No, I was on the scene. My name is Kiba Congo. We were here. They put him, the army mayor key with a bike. We're making the mayor holding bike. So the mayor try to pass. The whole mayor say, "Mama, identify himself." The mayor say, "Mama, allow me pass. Officer like you too." The mayor say, "You must swag in 1,500 naira." Before the mayor buy a bike, the mayor say, "No." When they were doing it, they were open. They beat the policeman, the policeman, take one shoe in the air, his shoe are running. They beat the PSU man, they beat. After they beat the man to call for a parkour. They beat all two policemen, the one policeman get hair. They start calling for parkour, the men to start calling for the friend and two. That child is happy and I open.
One change, brother. One change. My name is Chuko Megapo. Seriously, what happens to my brother? I'm not convinced about it. It really happened. We want change, brother. We want change. Anybody that stop. When you get that money to buy, brother, you come back and still hold you. The same thing they all, brother. We want change in our own country, brother. Thank you.
Alright, so folks, we are staying here. We want to talk to a few more gentlemen here. Let's see if we can talk to okay, so as you see at the far end, there is a huge presence of the Liberia National Police here. The Liberia National Police is on the scene, still trying to calm the situation. As you see, you want to talk to us? Welcome to Spoon TV.
How are you?
Why are you here? You want to give us an idea of what you know about the situation? There is stone. The folks have started throwing stones at the Liberia National Police. Folks, the crowd have started throwing stones at the Liberia National Police. Well, this is what the situation is like. The guys have started throwing stones at the Liberia National Police. The guys have started throwing stones. They have started throwing stones at the Liberia National Police. This is what the situation is. And of course, the tension is building up. The tension is building up as the police is trying to calm the situation.
All right, folks. As you can see here, several stones and tear gas have been displaced here. As you can see, the police have displaced tear gas.
And following the exchange of stones, we see tear gas being fired.
So you can see tear gas have been fired by the police to push the protesters away. The order has been released for them to shoot. They are falling back. The police falling back. Police is falling back. Police is falling back.
We remain posted, bringing you the updates. We remain posted to bring you the updates here as the police is doing everything to calm the situation with the use of the tear gas.
So as you can see, the surveillance are throwing stones at the police. We are trying to make our way to get all these things. I'm Jurassic Joe here. I'm trying to get the full scene as the police try to chase surveillance away. They are throwing stones from all. Go behind. Go behind. Wait.
Stones are still coming.
Some of the guys who are here have started throwing stones already, folks. This is what the situation is. Spoon TV, we are trying to make sure we bring you all of the updates right here. As the Liberia National Police is doing everything to calm the situation. As you look on the other end there, all these places are dark, and of course those areas are the hideouts where most of the guys who were here have been able to run, and those are places where they started throwing stones from. So from every corners, the Liberia National Police is trying to calm the situation with the use of the tear gas, trying to get the guys away from the scene. Thanks for joining us. Of course, Spoon TV, we are posted here. I'm Nelson Colette, Jurassic Joe here, Ernest Bender as well. And this is the situation. The tear gas is gradually taking over the air, and the flow of traffic is at a total pace, and that is because of the commotion we saw here earlier. The Liberia National Police and the armed forces have managed to calm the situation. Let's go this way. They've managed to calm the situation. There was a huge number of citizens, some of them motorcyclists, some of them disadvantaged youths, in this particular location, and those guys managed, let's say the police managed to have gotten the guys off this particular place. As you zoom in there from a distance, you will see a huge number of the folks still at the far end there, while the police is building a buffer zone right before us here to prevent them from coming any further. This is coming from the backdrop of the no-go zone restriction by the Liberia National Police. Folks, as most of you may be aware, the Liberia National Police quite recently decided to reinforce in a very stringent way the no-go zone restriction due to the tension from the motorcyclists, especially following a traffic situation, an accident that took place that led to the death of one motorcyclist that resulted to some tension. The motorcyclists were saying they want justice for their fallen colleague, and then they decided to take onto the streets. Some of the motorcyclists took onto the streets. They broke the police boots that were mounted at several intersections across Liberia, and that triggered the enforcement exercise or re-energized the enforcement that the Liberia National Police had been carrying out as a result of the proliferation of motorcyclists in the streets. The enforcement has been going on for pretty close to 1 year, but it has been re-energized, especially following the tension from some of the motorcyclists in recent time. This situation has met a very huge resistance from some motorcyclists who thought that the enforcement is a way of preventing them from carrying on their regular hustle. As a result of that, there has always been a standoff between folks from the Liberia National Police and the motorcyclists. The police has not backed down. The police has remained consistent, very persistent with respect to the enforcement exercise. And of course, this is to ensure that the proliferation of motorcyclists in the street is controlled to some extent. According to eyewitnesses' account, folks, when we got here this evening, some of the folks here, they tell us that in the process of carrying on the enforcement, there was a particular motorcyclist who did not have all of the requirements to ply the different corridors, and once that person was stopped by the police, and the person had a passenger at the back who happened to be a personnel of the armed forces of Liberia, in the process of demanding identification from the gentleman, while the motorcyclist was trying to force his way through, the police used a baton and tried to prevent the individual by hitting on the motorbike, and that resulted to the commotion. Later, then it was realized that this gentleman who was on the motorbike was a personnel of the armed forces of Liberia. As a result of the situation, it turns out now to be a tension between not only the motorcyclists and the police, but this time around between the police and the armed forces of Liberia, since in fact the gentleman who was on the motorbike was later identified as a personnel of the armed forces of Liberia. That resulted to a tension, and the commotion has been here for several hours, as you had the deputy chief of staff, the deputy inspector general for operations of the Liberia National Police, Colonel Nelson Freeman. They all came on the scene to try to calm the situation. At a point, I saw the inspector general of the Liberia National Police, Colonel Coleman himself here, and following their interventions, the situation was being calmed to some extent. Even as we speak, the Liberia National Police is still doing everything possible. Witness the situation. It turned out that those folks started to throw stones, and it turned out to be very chaotic, as there were several stone throws at the police, and in the process the Liberia National Police had to use tear gas at some point to calm the situation. The buffer zone is still being built. As you see, there are stones on the ground, folks, from every corner here. And of course, these are some of the stones that were thrown at the Liberia National Police. And they're still doing everything possible to calm the situation. At the other end here, you see some of the stones that were thrown at the Liberia National Police. We're still here, Spoon TV. Thanks for joining us. As we remain posted to bring you all of the updates right here from SD Copper Road in Paynesville. On the team here, we have Ernest Benda, Jurassic Joe. My name is Nelson Colette. Thanks to all of you joining us here on this live coverage. Anyone in this particular location now will have to be very, very vigilant, as the folks who were throwing stones are in different corners, and sometimes you don't know where they are coming from, and you don't get to know where the stones or the next stone will be thrown from. This is the extent to which everyone here will have to be vigilant. This is the extent to which everyone here will have to be vigilant. We are still posted here. We are still posted here from every corners of the road. As Liberians are looking forward to seeing the entire situation getting calm. And folks, as you see from this end, the folks have started to come in gradually. This is how it all started, when it later turned out to be a crowded scene that saw stone throws and a lot of other things happening. The disadvantaged youth, the motorcyclists, and some of the folks who had just come to witness the situation were all across the road at every corner of the situation here, or of the environment here. There is a less presence of the AFL, the personnel of the Armed Forces of Liberia. They've all left the scene, leaving the protection of the citizens now to the Liberia National Police, that is clothed with the responsibility to ensure that calm is restored in this particular location. Thanks for joining us, Spoon TV. Spoon TV, we are still here, posted, trying to make sure we bring you all of the updates. We will still manage to speak to some of the eyewitnesses, some of the people who were here from the very start of this commotion. But several individuals we spoke to did tell us that this commotion started as a result of a standoff between an individual who was on a motorbike while the police was carrying on the regular enforcement. It turns out that this place is one of the points where the police has the checkpoint. It's one of the locations where there's a checkpoint to ensure that motorcyclists are not violating the no-go zone restriction. And so later it got established that the individual on the motorbike was a personnel of the Armed Forces of Liberia there, and then the commotion started. At some point, the Liberia National Police authorities there, the Deputy for Operations, the Inspector General, they all got here to calm the situation. We remain posted. As you see from the far end, the traffic has started to move gradually. The traffic is now moving gradually. It's not as tense as we saw it some time ago. The traffic is moving faster than what it was a couple of minutes ago. As you see, there is a presence of the police here trying to direct the traffic. You see from the far end there's a traffic police officer standing right there, and those guys have been trying to make sure that there's a free flow of traffic from this end. Now we're going to move forward a little bit. To give you an idea of what it is here. these. So this is what the flow of traffic is like here at this particular point. And this is what the flow of traffic is like. These are the cones that are used usually to control the traffic situation. These are the cones that are used by the Liberia National Police. This is where the checkpoint is usually mounted to make sure that there is a strong enforcement of the no-go zone restriction by the Liberia National Police. So this is where we are, folks. I want to say thanks a lot to all of you who have been here with us from the very start, watching Spoon TV, and we will shortly be ending the broadcast as the situation here is calm to some extent. So yeah, so as you see, there is still a huge presence of the Liberia National Police as we try to zoom in from this end. But shortly we'll be ending this broadcast. We want to say thanks a lot. We will do a quick recap of all of the happenings here as we try to end the broadcast shortly. But first thing to mention is that the traffic is still very long from the Boulevard Junction extending to the SD Cooper Road where the commotion took place. There is still a huge traffic here. And then the next thing is that you still have a very good presence of the Liberia National Police here to ensure that everything is under control. As you know, at some point, the Liberia National Police was going after some of the guys who were throwing stones. Some of the guys who were involved with the stone throws. I see a gentleman has been taken off. A gentleman has been taken off. And the police had to let him go. And so there is still a huge presence of the police here. We want to say thanks a lot for joining Spoon TV. Shortly we'll be ending this broadcast. We want to appreciate all of you joining us here. So thanks to the entire team on ground. Jurassic Joe on camera, Ernest Bena on the other end, trying to make sure that we get a great broadcast coming here for you. First of all, we got the information about the commotion here. It turns out that according to Eyewitness's account, as in the process of enforcing the police no-go zone restriction, a gentleman on the motorbike was on the motorbike that was thought to be in some violation. He was stopped. The motorbike was being hit on, and according to some of the eyewitnesses we spoke with, it later got established that this individual was a personnel of the armed forces of Liberia. This then sparked the commotion between some of the Liberia National Police officers who were on ground and the armed forces of Liberia. There was a backup troop that was called for from the barracks. They came here on the scene, and of course there was also another backup from the angle of the Liberia National Police. The authorities from both institutions, the police and the armed forces of Liberia, got on the scene and tried to handle the situation. In no time, calm was restored, and the situation went back to normal. But based on the commotion, there was a crowd of Liberians here from every angle of the scene here, trying to glimpse at what was actually transpiring, and that resulted to some stone throw at some point. And as a result of the situation, they went after the folks who are gathered here in a huge number, and they tried to disperse them. And so following the situation, calm has been restored. What we've seen so far, there is still a huge presence of the police here, but calm has been restored here at the SD Cooper Road. The only thing that remains is that there is still a jam traffic situation. So if you are making your way from town headed towards this end, you have to be in the know that you're gonna encounter some traffic situation. My name is Nelson Colette. Thanks to the entire team. Till we come your way, have a good day, and thanks for watching Spoon TV.
Before you wrap up today,
Let's have Jurassic to come on cameras because we're about to wrap up this broadcast. Yes, Jurassic, go ahead.
yes. So before you wrap up today, the motorcyclists union gathered. They were able to submit their letters to the Justice Minister. So with this prevailing situation, what do you expect on Monday? Because Monday there will be a large gathering of motorcyclists that will take over the street of Monrovia on Monday to give that petition to His Excellency Joseph Yuman Bwaka. So with this prevailing situation, what do you think?
It's going to be, something to really look at, because at the moment, the motorcyclist union itself is split into two. You have two factions of the leadership. There is one group that has been more like appealing to the authorities, to the government, to the Liberia National Police, to drop the restriction, at the same time condemning the action of some of those motorcyclists who took onto the streets and even vandalized some the police booths and ran after some police officers and even wounded one of the police officers. Like you saw the guy who was on the bed, his entire leg, he was being run into by one of the motorcyclists. So there's one group that is condemning that particular action and at the same time calling on the government to not take a decision that will affect everyone, that's all of them now, as a result of the action of few people. While there's another group that is pushing the argument that they have rights to be on the road because they are paying tax, they are taxpayers, and in fact, the political actors will use them when they want them, so they have rights to be on the road. So that fashion or that split within the leadership of the motorcycle union or amongst the motorcyclists is something that's going to get this entire thing a bit difficult, especially when today they were just out there trying to present their petition, appealing to the government to at least drop the restriction a little bit. And then today we have another commotion. That's something that is going to, it's going to play some difficulties around the success of this entire
on Monday, because they're saying they're going to take the entire street on Monday to march directly to the executive mansion to give that petition to the president of the Republic of Liberia. So with this prevailing situation, I think there will be some level of hard pressing of police on the street of Monrovia, because I think they will want to see how best they can put us some restrictions. So what I'm thinking is that with what happened here today, probably there will be a blockage and not allowing them to reach that far.
Usually when you have these kinds of engagements with national leaders, let's say the motorcyclists want to meet with the president, they want to meet with the vice president, the speaker, or whoever, it's not the entire group like what we see most times. The guys will take the entire streets, they are marching in their hundreds,
and they are saying they'll be marching in thousands on Monday.
It's not going to work for them, because you want a solution to the situation. In the midst of everything that's happening, the Liberia National Police on one end is trying to make sure that the safety of the public is ensured, that you can ride those corridors, you can have on the helmet, you can have your bikes registered, your bikes insured, and all of those things for the safety of the motorcyclists. The other aspect of this thing is that the citizens depend heavily on the motorcycle as a means of transportation. So even now, as we made our way here, there was a huge number of people who were walking. They were trekking because there's not a presence of the motorcycles in the street like we saw before. But is Is it impossible to have these streets without the motorcyclists? Well, that's another critical question to look at. But citizens depend on the motorcyclists to some extent, and the police on the other end wants to ensure that there is safety. The public safety is a top priority here in the midst of everything, and that law and order is restored. You know,
And
because
that's the key thing. That's the key thing. Like what happened here, there was a very serious scene that occurred here between the police and that of the AFL. And these people were trained to protect life and property. So when these things are happening, conflict between the both parties, you know, it raises serious threat to national security within the country. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what will come out of this. Let's wait and see the report that will come out, whether the president will take action in regards to what happened here today. And also after we witnessed after the AFL left the scene, there was also conflict between Savede and that of the national police. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what the president will say relating to what happened here. But this is a very serious scene and imposes serious threat to national security, where you're seeing two law enforcers, you know, clashing, and it's a very serious threat to national security. But let's wait and see what will happen on next week, whether the motorcyclists will be allowed to ply the entire street of Monrovia as they go to give that petition, or let's see if there will be a report or press releases from the both angle, both the national police and that of the AFL. Let's see what they will come up with, and then we can see our best. We can analyze the outcome from these press releases concerning what happened here today.
Well, thanks a lot, Jurassic. Thanks for joining the team here to make sure that we can get this broadcast coming on. We want to appreciate all of you for watching Spoon TV. As to whether we are going to see the no-go zone restriction relaxed, or we're going to see it continue, that remains a major question that we are yet to find an answer for. But what the situation is at the moment is that the Liberia National Police is not backing down. The Liberia National Police has held the no-go zone restriction down, and they are saying that if you don't have a helmet, if you don't have, if your bikes are not insured and registered, you cannot fly certain corridors, and that's what the no-go zone restriction is. As we speak, there's a presence of the police enforcing this restriction at different intersections across Monrovia. Thanks for watching Spoon TV. We're going to keep giving you updates on this situation as it unfolds. So we'll come your way again. Have a good day. Thanks to Ernest Bender. Thanks to Jurassic Joe. And bye-bye for now.